Hey everybody, how's it going? This is DnDTime Brews, the last Pete and Jeremy's D&D time of the year. How's it going, guys? And gals, and everybody's hanging out. How you doing? It's a little early in the day. We normally don't stream this early on Sundays, but I ended up having stuff going on later in the day, and all sorts of shenanigans that are going to keep me from streaming later. So I figured I would stream now. I'm here for about an hour and a half or so. I mean, if we somehow finish up with everything earlier, I guess we'd be done earlier. But at least an hour and a half, 2 hours, as I have a holiday party I gotta go to later for work. But yeah, hey everybody, DnDTime Brews. Normally, what we do here is we create homebrew content for 5th edition D&D, specifically for use in Pete and Jeremy's D&D time. But we're doing something a little different today. Still going to be for D&D time, but in a little different of a way. Hello, everyone. I see Delta and the Blue Boy, and I think I saw Blood earlier. Maybe there are people hanging out in the chat, maybe not. If not, it's all good. It's a weird time. Hypnotic. Yeah, if you want to come hang out in the tavern, I've set up myself and the spectator in our Discord tavern channel. So if you want to come hang out, you can come hang out. Your voice will be on the stream, so be aware of that. That is a thing that you need to be aware of. But otherwise, yeah, we're just chilling today, taking it super easy. We're just gonna relax, and yeah, all the cool kids hang out in the tavern. all the cool adventurers go hang out in the tavern. Yeah, we're gonna take it real easy today. We're gonna do some fun stuff. I've got some stuff in mind. Pete is not able to be here today as he is currently swimming with dolphins in Florida, which darn poor Pete. He's having a blast, having a nice little vacation with his family. Data. Oh, you're a cat. Data, can you tell them that you love everybody? You don't love everyone? Do you love me? Okay. But yeah, Pete's not here today, but he did leave me some special things to hand out to people who are around, and I mean, we'll give them to everyone in the end. But at least for people who are here right now, maybe you can get some special Solstice presents. As that's kind of the theme of today. I've been very cryptic as to what we're doing on DnDTime Brews, and basically on today's show, rather than doing what we normally do, which is brainstorming concepts and then, ironing stuff out or creating hats, or what we're going to do is I'm going to just ad hoc make stuff. Pete and I talked about this a little bit. It's pretty much just going to be DnDTime legal. The idea, the goal is for it to be just fun little race options. The idea is kind of variants on things. So let's say you have a kobold character and you're like, oh, but I really want a mountain kobold. And I think a mountain kobold would probably have some cool trap abilities or whatever. They can make traps or something. I'll brew up a quick option for that, and bada boom, you'll have your option to play whatever mountain kobold you want. Or, whatever you might decide. But yeah, I figured this would be a fun way to come up with a bunch of unique kind of personalized race options. They will not be exclusive, just to be clear. Anything we do make up today will go on the website. Everyone will be able to use it. But, a personalized thing for you is, it's pretty good. It's a fun, nice thing to get. I see we've got some hype over kobold just right off the bat. But yeah, I'm excited. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be very inspired because I know people have like there are a lot of players in D&D time, right, that have their characters, and their characters are something that doesn't really exist in D&D time, as the show normally goes. I know the Forgotten One has a couple of characters we saw him last session, which Alabama Patch, who's a cactus man, and there's no race option for cactus man, and that's something we can kind of brew up on the fly today. Can we make dragons that fly? I want that. Yeah, sure. We can figure out a way to make Dragonborn that fly? Is that what you're kind of looking for, Delta? Yeah, we'll start with that one since you're mentioning it. Um, yeah, so this is our website that you can see right here. And I'm going to try and reference what we can from this, although not everything's on here on our homebrew list. So obviously, Dragonborn are something that is in 5th edition D&D just by default. So I've brought up Notepad here. We're taking this super chill. I'm going to make it a little larger, actually, so you can actually see what the hell I type. So Dragonborn with wings. So let's figure out what the hell these Dragonborn are going to look like, right? We want them to fly, and that's really all we care about. So this is a Dragonborn variant. Winged. So normally Dragonborn, they get a Constitution. They get Charisma. A Strength bonus of +2, a Charisma bonus of +1. They can take a Draconic Ancestry. So they pick a color, and they're resistant to that damage type. And they can do a Breath Weapon based on that damage type. Yeah, Sword, we just started, my dude. We're here for quite a while more as we quickly brew up some of these options. So let's see, what can we change about the Dragonborn? What main core feature can we swap out to give these dudes flight? And then what kind of flight do we want to give them, right? So like, I'm looking at the Aarakocra is another race that has flight, and that is like the only feature the Aarakocra gets is that they can fly. That's their kind of core thing, but they can fly really well. So maybe the Dragonborn can only fly all right. Maybe they have a fly speed of, I don't know. What do we think? I mean, how fast do we think dragons can fly? Like, I mean, Dragonborn can fly because they are like basically humans with wings. Are they like? Do we think they're super fast or 25 feet because Dragonborn are heavy? Yeah, I really like that actually. The Blue Boy, that sounds pretty good. 20 miles per hour. That is also a good question. What is 25 feet per 6 seconds? That's gonna be like what 6 feet per second, right? 6 feet per second, 2 miles per hour. So about 4 miles per hour. So they aren't that fast hypnotic, unfortunately. Uh, but that would be light speed, 20 miles per hour. Holy shit. 20 feet flying, but 40 feet gliding. That's not a terrible idea. I like the idea that they're a little slower because they're big, right? And they're strong and all that cool shit. Okay, so we'll say 20 foot. So any Dragonborn loses, and what feature can they give up to get this flight? So they're gonna have a 20 foot, and we'll put 40 foot glide on here because I think that's also pretty neat. They would have hover because dragons can hover. I don't think actually dragons have the hover feature, which is an interesting thing to mention. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that dragons can't actually hover. They, if their speed is reduced to 0, they will fall. Yeah, because the way it would work is the intent is like when you're flying, when you have a fly speed in Dungeons and Dragons, because initiative is just a way to track movement as it's going. As long as a dragon has a fly speed, you don't fall, and that happens with all flying creatures. As long as they have a fly speed, they do not fall from the air. But if they have a hover, then that means they don't need a speed. Even if their speed is reduced to 0, they can still stay in the air. So, yeah, well, frick. Yeah, sorry, Blue Boy. New ancestry, gain fly and resistance to fall damage, but have no element. That's not a bad idea. Reflected, I think that's actually a pretty good immediate kind of trade-off. Especially since you lose the damage resistance on that. The only concern I have with it, right, is like you I imagine players wanting to fly in and use their breath weapon and be like that cool dragon raining fire from above or something. So what if we keep that fly speed of 20 feet and they just lose their resistance, right? Dragonborn loses uh, resistance from draconic ancestry, or basically they lose. I can't take away their draconic ancestry feature because the breath weapon needs it. So this is a trade-off. They lose resistance to damage based on draconic ancestry and gain a fly speed of 25 feet. Gain a fly speed of 25 feet. I like this a lot. The resistance to fall damage could be I'm not sure how to feel about that one. That's an interesting one there, Lance. I'm not sure how to feel. I feel like that's going to be abused in certain ways, but maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. I think I like the idea that they can still use their normal breath weapons and they get their other stuff. So this is just a really simple little trade-off here. It'd make falling less punishing. Yeah, but falling is not really super punishing anyway. And plus it's like, well, do they lose resistance to falling even when they are knocked unconscious? Yeah, I just I'm not necessarily seeing it. Strength save if they take damage while flying. Oh, I see what you're saying, Sword. Like they have to like focus while flying or get knocked prone. Um, I mean that'd be a different balance there. But I think we can keep this pretty simple. We give them a fly speed of 25 feet. They trade off their resistance. I think a lot of people who play Dragonborns would. Oh, I'm sorry. That's just on their damage resistance feature. Cool. And then flight. You have a flying speed of 25 feet. Flying speed of 25 feet. There we go. Cool. That's really it. Right now, there we go, Delta. We have a DnDTime playable Dragonborn race now. If you really want to fly, here's an option for you. And there we go. A little bit of speed. They can still use their breath weapon. I think this is a pretty fun little trade-off here. Yeah. So, does anyone else have any ideas to jump in for our next kind of option here? And actually, well, let me think. So, Pete isn't here today, and Pete wanted to give you guys all something too. Since I'm giving you guys little race options, Pete wanted to make all of you some personalized common magic items. So, at some point during the stream here, I'm gonna hand those boys out, and everyone's gonna get their fun little personalized common magic item that Pete made for you all. So when yeah, you know what? I'm gonna read. Pete gave me a little thing to read out. Hey everyone, Bartholomew's been working overtime in the workshop and has made Solstice gifts for all. One was made for everyone who has played in the last couple of months. But if you're a veteran or I've otherwise missed you and you want one, please let me know and I'll make you a belated gift. Expires by New Year's. I wish I could hang out with you all tonight, but I hope you have a blast in my absence, and I'll see you all again very soon. Happy Solstice. Love, Pete. Yeah, so all of you guys are going to get some fun little magic items. It's one per player, not per character, but some of them might apply to other characters. It's up to you. Let's go through these now. Who wants their first one? What is a surprise stream? Adrian says. This is a quick DnDTime Brews. It's not a surprise. It's been on the Discord announcement all week, Switch, but that's okay. It's definitely out of the normal time frame that we normally stream at. I see Crowley's in the tavern with me right now, being really quiet.
Hi.
Crowley, how long have you fucking been there?
I just showed up.
Oh, okay. Well, Crowley, you're on the stream, just so you know.
I know. I've been
I'm sure
watching.
you don't care.
I've been watching.
And anyone else who wants to jump into the tavern, just, keep in mind we want to keep the noise level down. If you've got stuff to contribute and to talk about, awesome. And we just want to, don't want it to be too crazy for anyone trying to watch. But yeah, Crowley, so you're right here. Do you want to know what your your solstice present from Bartholomew is?
Sure.
It's for you, Chonkus, specifically.
Right.
And what the? Pete has some really creative ones in here. It is a subscription to Strange Meat Monthly. Bartholomew has gifted you a meat delivery subscription service. Each month, you receive a crate containing 100 pounds of random exotic meats of your choosing from around the planar system. That is the common magic item that Bartholomew has given you, Chonkus.
I mean, it's a good item for you, Chonkus. That's a lot more meat to puke up.
It's a lot of meat, and you can now have any meat, literally any meat. So it's pretty interesting. Once we get everyone in the tavern, start screaming. All right. Oh, please don't do that, where I'll cry. So yeah, what next should we do for the race off? We do the winged dragonborn variant.
Squid people.
Wait, what?
Squid people.
How is squid people? It's squid people. What would that mean?
Yeah, we never did get to that, did we?
Oh no, we're on squid people. Also, hello, Sword. How you doing?
I do swell.
That's wonderful. All right, we'll do squid people. I wasn't thinking I would be doing full race options here.
I was thinking you just based it off the Triton.
Oh yeah. Oh, that sounds great. So squid people, and that's going to be a variant. Does Triton make the most sense for that, you think? Like what else? What else can swim? Like sea elves?
I mean, there's sea elves, but I feel like they're not fishy enough.
I mean, are the Triton really fishier?
They have gills.
They do? Oh. Alright, so there's gonna be a variant Triton. And Sword, this was your brainchild from before. What do the squid people do?
Squid people have come up before? I just said something random.
Yeah, no. We had a serious long conversation about squid people before. Sword, what makes the squid people squid people? Like if you were gonna play a squid people, what would you want out of that?
Well, they obviously have to ink.
Yeah.
They got to ink? Okay.
Yeah, squid's ink, I mean.
Okay, what does ink do?
It obscures.
Oh, you know what? That's a really,
There's
really
lines.
Okay. So this is...
I suppose it can do a makeshift oil slick or something.
Ooh, okay. So maybe we use this ink as like a spell casting ability. So we can give them the grease spell.
Grease,
probably the
blindness
darkness?
blindness.
Oh, blindness. So
Like just the blindness out of the blindness deafness spell.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, absolutely.
Darkness while in water.
Darkness while but only for underwater.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm in with that. Okay, and then darkness, but only in water. Okay, only while underwater.
Yeah.
I like this. I like this a lot. Do we want to give them another, like, a cantrip-like ability?
Thorn whip, even though it's going to be just more with their tentacles.
Okay.
I'm just picturing a Triton with a squid for a head. So I don't know what that.
Wouldn't that just be a Ithilid then?
He would be kind of like an Illithid, yeah. But we did make a crappy Illithid race at one point. That being said, this is now decided, and I think what we're gonna do here is we're gonna replace the Triton's control air and water ability
with the ink.
Yeah. So they lose control air and water and gains ink. Beautiful.
Wait, are you just like creating a squid race?
Yeah, no, we're just homebrewing races on the fly.
Oh, okay.
It's a
Yeah,
variant of the
super.
Triton.
Yeah, exactly. This is the Triton variant. So then you get Thorn Whip, which is your tentacles, Grease Spell, and I'll like write this out, or actually I probably won't. I'll I'll do this. It'll just replace this.
To be fair, I'm not sure if it's the octopuses or the squids that have the little hooks in their tentacles.
I think that's squid.
That's squid.
What kind of squid are they?
You're talking like the giant squid. The long tendrils had the hooks at the end.
That's the colossal squid, right? Is that what it's called?
I think it's several species of squid have that.
A lot of them have it. Oh.
Yeah, because a lot of squids have those two really long tendrils, and those have the hooks at the end.
Mm-hmm. You can also cast darkness with it. Although the darkness spell only has any effect in water. Cool. This is beautiful. All right, we're done.
But they're gonna be able to do some more with their tentacle, right?
Oh, right. That's what we're giving them Thorn Whip. I'm sorry.
Well, not just Thorn Whip. I was thinking like I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, if not Thorn Whip, you always just make a feature where a original feature where it has a better, like a better chance of grapple.
What could Davy Jones do with his tentacles? Oh, he can play the piano. Squid people can play the piano.
Performance.
We'll give another gains ink and tentacles. And I think we get rid of Thorn Whip. I think we get rid of the Thorn Whip. I think we just have grease, blindness and deafness, and darkness. And for tentacles, we can just say you can
hold stuff.
Perform simple, mundane tasks like holding stuff.
Or playing the piano.
That's really not simple.
What are you basically Mage Hand without the range.
Oh, I love that.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It'll be like the bugbear's reach thing.
What's going on, guys? What's going on?
Hey, V-Bunny, we're streaming right now. We're doing a quick DnDTime Brews.
Oops. I thought it was.
No, it's all good.
Oops.
No, it's right now. You're on it.
Oh.
It's all good.
I was not aware of that either.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's been on the announcements all week, the whole time. Anyway,
Yeah,
so we've got our
I
Triton
when
people.
it started that.
Can we use Mage Hand? Is Mage Hand way too complicated?
I don't know
Like,
if
is
the
that-
Mage Hand can
is
play
that
the
too much
piano.
stuff?
No,
I
I just suggested
Mage
Mage.
play the piano.
Well, I think Mage Hand can do simple tasks. It can grab things that's like under 10 pounds, and though it originally I think has like a range of 30 feet, it shouldn't be.
You can perform mundane tasks requiring less than 10 pounds of force. There we go. We'll use that same kind of text from Mage Hand, like holding stuff or playing the piano using your tentacles, but cannot perform cosmetic components. So that I don't want it to become just the best option there, but I think it's still very good.
Okay, so yeah, I just was just looking at the whole hooks thing. There's actually several of them that have that.
Well, I was sure plenty of squids have hook tentacles, but
Yeah,
we're not doing those.
bigger
We're not
ones
doing hook
either.
tentacles. We're not doing hook tentacles. That's too much. That's getting too crazy.
No, I was just like looking up to see like which ones actually do have the little hooks to them.
So we got our variant Triton, our variant Dragonborn. Before we jump on to our next race, I want to just quickly say hello to chat. I see a whole bunch of more people have popped up. Hello, everyone. Oh, Lance had a cool idea. Triton with Simic hybrid tentacles could have been a good option as well. But Simic hybrid's complicated, and I don't like them at all. So we're not doing those. Who wants the next who wants the next Solstice gift? Pete's made a whole bunch of these for everyone. Personalized little magic, common magic items for everyone as a Solstice present. Frog, would you like one?
Sure.
Yeah, all right. So Bartholomew has created for you the Blink Frog. This Feyborn frog and Blink Dog likely had common ancestors. It mostly sits upon your shoulder and blinks around. But once per day is an action. You command the frog to fetch an object you can see that isn't being worn or carried and weighs no more than 1 pound within 30 feet of you.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
You have a little teleporting frog friend.
I'm pretty sure God Moss would love that.
I am absolutely positive. And it's got that Fey feel, so it kind of
Yeah, it
vibes
can
in
also
with the rest of your.
Yeah, it can also go with an anecdotal. Yeah.
All right, I see. We got. Don't worry, everybody. We've got everything here. We've got solstice gifts for everyone. They'll all go out. Don't you worry. Okay, what do we want to do next? Let's do another quick race variant here. And just for anyone who's coming in late or hadn't heard the first time around, these race variants, although personalized, will be DnDTime legal, and everyone can use them. They're not exclusive. They're just little personalized fun things. Yeah, what do we want to do next?
I would have suggested Dollbound, but nah. I mean, I heard that whole personalized thing, but I don't think that would categorize for this.
Yeah, I mean, it could. What do you want? Is that
For
what you're looking for?
Dollbound?
Sure.
I mean, the whole being small, maybe some construct traits, but beyond that, I'm not really.
All right, I got an idea. I had an idea in mind because I was certain you'd be interested in this frog, so I gave it a little bit of forethought.
All right.
We're gonna make a variant Warforged. That's right. We're looking at the Warforged from not from Wayfinder's Guide to Eberron. Jesus, not that one. Eberron Rising from the Last War.
Well, they're the same Warforged.
Oh, are they the same? Were they updated?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. All right, so Frog.
What does this mean? The Warforged is DnDTime legal? Oh.
Yeah. Yep. We're gonna put an official thing about that later, but I think we're gonna see most everything, if not everything, from Eberron Rising from the Last War okay for DnDTime. Just don't quote me on that later. Just probably.
I've written it down and quoted you on it.
Okay. So Warforged, obviously, they have all the stuff about being construct, right? They're immune to disease. They don't need to eat or drink and sleep. All that cool stuff, right? And the Warforged has like armor and stuff. Does the Dollbound have armor, or does the Dollbound have some other like cool, unique feature that makes them special?
Ooh, I wouldn't say they have armor. I mean, most of their body is just made of. I would guess made of porcelain.
China, yeah.
China porcelain, or maybe even like simple wood. So I wouldn't really give it armor, but I would say that since they're so small, they could be mistaken for children.
Yeah. Okay. So the Warforged loses probably their integrated protection. So that's their ability to like integrate their armor into them and have that floating +1 to AC. And they gain. And what cool features do you think? So obviously you were saying they would get confused for children. Are they that lifelike that they like look like living creatures?
I mean, maybe from a distance, like they'll be confused with children. Since they are dolls, they'll can easily be fit within children.
They're all around the same height. So actually, they don't just lose that. The size category changes, right? Are they small?
Yeah, they'll be small.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just saying this like off topic of like the actual Dollbound, but I remember you were saying like at one time something about automatons. I was thinking, let's see, a large automaton could be Golem, a medium one could be something of a Warforged, a small one could have been just a Dollbound, but we'll just that was just my thoughts of the earlier thing.
Yeah, well, we're gonna try and we're gonna focus just on the Dollbound here.
Yeah.
So you lose integrated protection and it gains some other features. Can a Dollbound I was thinking of like, what's the twig blight ability? That they false appearance, right? Can the Dollbound just like pretend to be a doll? Can they just make a
yes?
They
I mean, like they could easily just pretend to be doll if they're just like motionless. Yeah.
Okay. So when the Dollbound remains motionless, it's indistinguishable from a doll. That being said, a doll in a weird place might still, get someone going. But
I mean, I'm pretty sure they'll have like advantage in like houses and whatnot, or children's rooms.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's more of a dungeon master discretion thing, right? If you run into a room full of dolls and just go, That's going to be like, I mean, that's a situational thing. I don't think that needs to be a feature on the actual race to still like become a obvious benefit. So they get false appearance. What else do they get though? I imagine they get some other feature. Maybe they get like a +1 to their charisma or something would be cool.
Yeah, well,
I
I
mean,
was
that
thinking
would
like
make
at
sense.
least some for charisma, since those are always
Yeah.
so cute,
Sure.
or
We
they
could
can be
even have
so
that on there.
scary. So either way,
Works. I mean, intimidation is charisma and performance is charisma. Both are two very different sides of the same coin. Okay, so gains a +1 to charisma modifier or charisma score. And I think that's a pretty fair trade-off. They have all of the things that make them constructs that the Warforged has. They can pretend to be a doll, and they get that +1 to charisma. I mean, that sounds good to me. Does
Yeah.
that sound about what you were looking for, Frog?
yeah, pretty much.
Sure. All right. And of course, they're small, not medium, which is a good and bad thing. No great sword wielding doll bounds, but
That would be a pretty awesome thought.
I mean, I guess you could do it.
Yeah, you could do
Also-
it. It'd just be really, really hard.
Hello, everyone else. I see Misra's jumped into the chat, and Switch is also hanging out, but Switch is
Hi.
currently muted. Oh, actually,
Oh, wait, I see something from the Blue Boy.
what-
What about boosting movement speed to 35 feet, since they're small running dolls that are absolutely terrifying?
Hmm.
I mean, maybe 30, well, what, 30 feet is average, right? Yeah, I mean, when I had Anadosha as just a light halfling reef flavor, like her speed is always 25.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm pretty happy with it like that, personally.
True. All right.
I don't think they need the extra 5 feet of move. They're already 30 feet.
What
I think that's like
about
a special thing that the wood elf gets, right? That's like one of the things that
That
makes the elf
is.
special.
what about a ribbon
Oh, no,
for taking a slasher film series totally off the fucking rails?
Uh-huh.
Advantage on that. I'm doing that exact thing.
Advantage on what?
I think that's a situational thing, Crowley, right? Like a little doll running at you with a knife. That I might just give you advantage. That's not something that can be a feature, I don't think.
Right. Well, I was talking about, how taking that thing off the rails, like going to weird places.
I think we're gonna leave it like this for now. Okay. I'm gonna give out another present. I know V Bunny was asking in the chat for their Solstice gifts. Let's go with that one. Let me scroll down. And for everyone again who's late to the game, Bartholomew's made Solstice gifts for everyone, i.e. Pete. So I'm starting to hand these out over time. So V Bunny, yours isn't just for you, actually. Both you and the Hypnotic Gamer, and After, and oh my goodness, my brain.
The other Sassmaster.
Yes, all the Sassmasters and Lance, not Lance, and Cold Spark. Why does Cold Spark's name left me in the moment? All got a Sassmaster scarf. This scarf has the word sass emblazoned on it in several places. While attuned to this item, you gain a +1 bonus to charisma skill checks made to sass an enemy. If all 4 Sassmaster scarves are together, you make the check with advantage. So if all 4 Sassmasters are together, you get an even bigger bonus on your new fancy Sassmaster scarf.
Nice.
Lovely. All right, so that was the Sassmaster scarf. What race option do we want to do now? Right now we've done the Winged Dragonborn, the Squid People Triton, and we've done the Dollbound Warforged. What's next?
I'd like to throw a hat in the ring here.
Oh.
As the Lord of Half-Elves,
Uh-huh.
I would like to introduce the new half-elf variants to the table.
Sure. What is that?
So, in Sword Coast Adventures Guide, the half-elf variant allows you to replace your...
Okay.
Let me just read it word for word from Sword Coast so I don't fuck it up.
Yeah,
Some half-elves in Faerun have a racial trait in place of the skill versatility trait. If your
Mhm.
DM allows it, your half-elf character can forego skill versatility and
Mhm.
instead take the trait Keen Senses, or a trait based on your elf parentage.
Uh-huh.
Note, there is no reason to take Keen Senses over skill versatility because Keen Senses is just perception and skill
Yeah, skill
versatility
versatility
is
is-
any fucking two.
Yeah.
So, instead of skill versatility, I am throwing in the Eladrin and the Shatterkai.
Ooh, half Eladrin and half Shatterkai.
Yeah. So
Oh,
these were
switch.
races that came after Sword Coast that are options for the elves, but haven't gotten a half-elf specialty yet.
Yeah.
Looking at the Shatterkai, we may never get that. So my options
Mhm.
here, if you look in the Ask Pete and Jeremy channel,
Uh-huh.
for the Shatterkai, you can take one
my
or
God.
the other. Necrotic Resistance, you have resistance to necrotic damage, or Blessing of the Raven Queen. As a
Uh-huh.
bonus action, you magically teleport 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see. Once you use this trait, you can't do so until you finish a long rest. Starting at 3rd level, you also gain resistance to all damage when you teleport using this trait. This resistance lasts until the start of your next turn. During that time, you appear ghostly and translucent.
Okay. And what so this is the feature that like you get the I'm sorry, let me just quickly check. So is this what do you lose for this on the half elf?
Skill versatility. You pick 2 skills you are proficient with.
Okay, so you're trading 2 proficiencies basically for whatever this feature is.
Either resistance to necrotic or the blessing of the Raven Queen or the Eladrin stuff, which I'll go over. And I am gonna alter the Eladrin stuff because the Eladrin stuff is a little strong.
Well, yeah, I mean,
So
Hmm.
my suggested fix for the Eladrin stuff is it says that you can't use this trait again until you finish a short or long rest. I'm gonna take out the short to fix it to be the same as Blessing of the Raven Queen, which you can
Mhm.
only do on a long rest.
well, let's just quickly look at this right now. So,
Sure.
So they lose skill versatility.
Yep. Which, now that you're looking at that, does that seem balanced for all of the Galanodals to have taken this half-elf alternative?
I don't know. And what so I'm sorry. If you are like so the aquatic elf for a second, for example, loses
Yeah,
skill
we can talk
versatility
about Sarah
and gets a swim speed,
specifically.
right?
Sarah Galanodal, the cleric, is an aquatic elf, and she has taken the water breathing instead of the skill
Mhm.
versatility.
Gotcha. And the drow, they get drow magics. They get a couple
Yeah,
spells.
that's why Jenny
Um,
has Fey
yep.
Lights, Darkness, and Fairy Fire.
Yeah. I'm a little. I think this is very strong. This option. So I'm not 100% sold on these ones yet. Switch.
I
But-
also agree, but since it was published in Sword Coast Adventures
Mhm.
Guide, who am I to say no?
Well, it wasn't Switch. It wasn't published in Sword Coast Adventures Guide.
It was. For the half elf variants, for
Oh,
the wood
yeah,
elf,
yeah,
the
yeah.
high elf, all the
Yeah,
others,
yeah, of
those are
course. No,
all
I get
published.
you there.
But this one specifically
Mhm.
is my hat in the ring.
Um, hmm. Let's get back to this one in a hot minute.
Sure.
Let's look at the Eladrin one you were just talking about.
Absolutely.
Face step, 2 choices can teleport. Oh, I see. So, because both of them basically just get a teleportation.
They get a misty step per long rest, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is worse than the Drow's 2nd level spell and 1st level spell.
Yeah, I mean they do different things though. So I think for the half Shatterkai, I think we can absolutely say Blessing of the Raven Queen. I don't think we need to have the option for the necrotic damage. It's fun, but I want to keep it like kind of straightforward. As these are our basic swap outs.
Mhm.
Does that sound fair to you?
Yep.
Cool. I mean, Blessing of the Raven Queen's the dope one anyway, right? That's the really fun one.
It's the cool one. It's the
Yeah.
I'm playing a Shatterkai half elf rogue. I'm gonna misty step behind him and snap his neck or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So for the Eladrin, right, they lose a skill versatility and they gain. And what do the Eladrin call that other
They
feature?
gain Blessing of the Raven Queen, but instead of the resistance to all damage, they get
Yeah.
another thing at level 3.
Yeah, so they gain Face Step.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, right? So, and this is a question for you, Switch, because this is something you're very passionate about. I think giving them all 4 of the options might be a little much for that. How would you say they pick one?
Pick one when they are created and they
Mhm.
can't change it.
Or do you think that is completely counter to the reason you'd want to play a half a lot or half a Eladrin?
Considering how many variant half-elves there are currently, I would say that it's fine to pick a season and that's what you go with for the rest of your character.
Mhm.
But then we would get a lot of autumn specifically.
Because you think autumn is too good?
Autumn is very good. Maybe we'd get some springs if they're playing a support type class because you can touch a person and give them that teleport.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean,
I'm just
there's a
thinking,
lot
in
of
what
options.
ways actually does this vary from? So basically, it would be same. You'd be traded. Okay, yeah, whatever. I think it's fine. You can just pick and gain
Yeah.
Face Step from the Eladrin race. I think that's fine. Switch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to you.
Cool.
All right.
Is it time for my present?
I think. Well, Switch. We just did the race things for you.
Erase things. Oh no.
We just did the race things.
Okay.
Who else is hanging around? If anyone has to leave quickly, by the way, let me know, and I will. We'll do your presents quicker. Oh gosh, we're getting a whole bunch of stuff in the chat. I'm sorry, chat. I haven't seen you because I've had Discord open.
Yeah, another gamer play had an idea of a turtle dragonborn separate.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love that. I like that a lot. We'll come back to that one because we've already done one for Hypnotic, and there's a lot of folks hanging around. But we might come back to that because I like that a lot. Dragon Turtle Borns. Yeah. Who wants their next present? Do we want to just give Switch their present, or does someone else want one first? I like making Switch wait sometimes. Sword, you've been here the whole time. Let's go to your present. Are you
Oh
very
boy!
excited, Sword? Yeah. Sword. Let me scroll to it. You have an amazing puzzle box. This locked box is a replica of the labyrinth beneath the Camel Ninja Spider Moose's. That the Camel Ninja Spider Moose embedded into its surface. Only someone who has bested the Camel Ninja Spider Moose's labyrinth can open this box. It is a magically sealed box that you can keep things in. That only you and I think 3 other adventurers can open.
Yeah, only Sword, Anadosha, Uthgarut, and Najee.
So that is the fun little magic item Bartholomew's made for you. Congratulations. And by Bartholomew, of course, I mean Pete. Pete made the items, I'm making the races. All right, what do we want to do now, guys? What other race options do we have? We have...
I've historically seen people talk about like a root vegetable florin.
That has been very big in the chat.
Yes, the tuber florin.
I like this. So variant florin, tuber. And actually, now, because we're doing one of these, I can open up the florin here on our website. We can look at them.
I know this will be the second one for me, but it'll probably be for the future. But like some of a cactus or a succulent florin will be good.
Mm-hmm.
I was also wanting tuber florin.
Yeah. So I think let's jump on the tuber florin right now. So the florin's a very complicated race, but it's also not complicated at all because it's weird. So 2 of the florins are they're all very different actually. Well, because they all have photosynthesis, right?
Not all of them.
Comparable ability, or a comparable ability, right? Photosynthesis or scavenger.
Yeah, pretty much.
Except does the anemone have it? It does. It has scavenger. Okay. This is the tuber florin. Maybe we can make the tuber florin like a variant on the lumberling. because I imagine tuber florins have pretty hard skin because they're made of tubers, right? So we can keep the
Yeah.
bark skin feature, and we can just switch their
and
trait.
probably take root as well.
Well, then they're just a lumberling. They're just the same as a lumberling, though.
Dark vision.
Yeah, it's true.
I was thinking specifically take the
Mhm.
the take root feature, maybe not the skin.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa,
Okay,
whoa,
so
whoa, wait. Maybe instead, this is just out of my head here, but maybe instead of like
Uh-huh.
taking root, maybe just have we're actually able to have a burrowing.
Nope.
Mm.
Nope. No burrow speed. Sorry. That is that is the game breaking right there. Unfortunately. I have a lot of liberty with this, but there are certain things that if I did, Pete would murder me.
360 dark vision. Not like
Uh,
360 out, but 360 around, because potatoes have
Just gonna
eyes.
create dark vision. They just
Because potatoes have eyes.
Yeah, everywhere. The
Lumberling-
studs.
So lumberling florin, they lose their bark skin, and well, they actually already had take root. They're gonna keep take root, and they gain dark vision out to they gain superior dark vision.
Mhm.
Or
So we're gonna give them
would
the
that also
120
call
feet
for like? Would that also apply to carrots? Because carrots are also tubers.
in all directions. Yeah, if you wanted to do the carrot florin with this, that'd be perfectly reasonable. So they trade their bark skin, which means their armor class which would be their armor class being 16 or higher. And they gain superior dark vision in all directions. So they can see in all directions and they have great dark vision. Is there anything else that we need to give the potato florin effectively?
Hear me
Yes,
on
a
this.
ribbon.
Delicious.
Starchy. They grant their allies an additional hit die to roll if they roll hit dice.
Wait, how does that work? Are they being eaten?
They grow extra tubers that are nice and filling. Probably.
Uh-huh.
Of course, if it's a potato, it'll be poisonous.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I like that. We can trade out their photosynthesis feature for instead of something that heals them, it heals their friends. I like this a lot.
Yeah, that actually does sound good.
This
Famine.
works because they don't
Famine.
No. Let's not reference horrible things that have happened in the past.
Advantage on depriving Irish people of food.
God damn it. All right. So lumberling florin, they lose their bark skin and photosynthesis, and they gain superior dark vision. And gross. That's what we're gonna call that.
Growths. That's what we're gonna call it.
Rose could easily be like the thing from the Blossomer.
What's that?
Or was it like where to actually grow simple clothing?
Yeah, I think these are like big gross. These are like, when you leave a potato in a closed box for like a month, and then you come back and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, the eyes of the potato.
Yeah.
What about maybe like a move earth kind of style cantrip?
Potato tumors.
A move earth style cantrip. I think that could be really
That could be like
good.
kind of like the burrow thing, but without actually burrowing.
I actually like that.
Yeah, I like that a lot, Sword. That's a
That
really
would be
good.
That would be a nice ribbon.
I completely agree. That's an excellent addition to put on here. So you get growths, subterranean. It's the ability I'm gonna call that name.
Can breathe underground. Or while buried.
So the move earth cantrip, and can breathe while completely buried under loose earth or soil. I'll just say loose earth. Oh, actually, buried in soil. I think that has to be in soil. Can't bury them under sand.
Well, no. I mean, I'm pretty sure tubers are pretty resilient.
Well, I'm saying it's in soil. We gotta put my foot down at some place. So what do we want growth to be? It's gonna be replacing the photosynthesis, right? Oops. Or actually,
it
really,
replaces Sorry.
Base. No, go ahead.
It replaces the photosynthesis feature, but then it just makes it so it helps everybody else instead of.
So instead of, I'm going to base it kind of like on scavenger. So once per day when you take a short rest, you may.
Well, could it be like you may spend a hit die to heal your allies with like edible growth?
Yeah, I think here we go. Here we go. Once per day, when you take a short rest in dim light or darkness, you may produce oddly shaped edible growths. Creatures which consume the growth regain a number of hit points equal to 1d6 plus your level. Nice, just a nice little healing, whatever. And we have
You cannot consume your own growth.
Can you though?
You probably shouldn't, because then this would just be a better version of the.
Oh, that's a great point. That's a great point. So I think we just say non-tuber creatures which consume the growths. Because other tubers can't eat them either, I think. I agree. Excellent catch there, V-Bunny. Good pickup.
No
Also,
self-cannibalization.
I love that phrase, which partake of my flesh, meaty one. Oh boy. Excellent. So we've got our...
those fleshy saplings love those groves over open fire.
Oh boy. There's gonna be some funky stuff. But now we have our tuber florin. Is this anything here busted? The breed while completely buried in soil, we probably should get rid of that.
No,
how often does that actually come up?
That's the problem. It can happen as often as you make it, but I'm okay with it because I'm just whatever. It's fine.
You still don't have a burrow speed, right?
No, and I'm not giving them 360-degree sight, but I'm just gonna give them regular superior dark. Okay, we're good. We're good here. We've made our tuber florins. Let's move on. Who wants a present?
Me.
I vote Ms. Red, even though she's not saying anything.
Oh.
Miss Red, do you want your present? Oh.
I'm highly rolling my eyes right now, you guys. Yeah, sure. I'll take my present.
This is a present from Bartholomew and IEP. It is cash. It's a small envelope, appears at your doorstep, labeled your favorite thing. Inside is a crisp, solid platinum Bartholomew buck, denoting a value of 200 Bartholomew bucks. Alternatively, you could melt it down for its platinum, worth 200 gold pieces.
I'm laughing so hard right now. It's something funny.
And that is Mithra's common magic item level gift from Bartholomew.
Oh, why do you guys keep giving me stuff that I can literally break the game with, but I choose not to?
I don't know.
Well played.
We're fools. All right, what do we want to do now? Let's do another race. Actually, do you want to give out another gift? Want to do 2 gifts right now? Switch, you've been waiting for your gift. You want it?
Yeah.
Do you want it?
Yeah.
Should I give Lance his gift instead, though?
Oh, it's time to do another race, though.
Let's just give Switch his gift.
By all means,
Switch, your gift is. Oh wait, you already have this. It's your duffel bag of that you had before, but it is now a duffel bag of holding. While refilling the gallonodal duffel bag with its usual supplies, Bartholomew seems to up to its carrying capacity. It now has the extra-dimensional carrying capacity of a bag of holding, but cannot be used to hold objects that would not normally fit within a duffel bag.
My mind immediately went to a 10-foot pole. I'm sad now.
I know, right? So rude.
I mean, wouldn't that just like fit in if you just cut it down a bit?
It'd be like, what, a 4.5-foot pole?
No,
Yeah.
actually, switch. You can make it work. It's a
Okay.
collapsible pole. Yes, you can.
Yeah, it's a tent pole.
You got to take it out and then screw it together, and then you're good. But that is your gift from Bartholomew. What's
I
What's
love
another
it.
fun race? Do we have any more races we want to do? What are people feeling? So far, we've made a Dragonborn with wings as a variant, Squid People variant for the Triton, the Dollbound
I
variant for
too
Wolf.
want to see this dragon turtle born.
Okay, all right. Variant Dragonborn. Dragon Turtle. Let's figure out what the hell this is gonna be. I have no idea. What do we think the Dragon Turtle born does?
We should
So,
go off the base dragonborn from the player's handbook.
That's exactly what I was planning on
I'm
doing.
kind of like looking on it right now.
I mean, an obvious option here is we can do this very similar to what we did with the winged, right? Instead of losing the damage resistance, they would lose their damage resistance. Instead of gaining flight, they gain like the ability to breathe in water and a swim speed. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Well, dragonborn don't have wings, right?
Well, no, that's the idea. We made a winged dragonborn first switch so they can fly.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll lose the damage resistance.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that the breath weapon in question will just be hot steam, which will be just treated as fire damage.
What if we got rid of the breath weapon to give it natural armor because shell?
Ooh, that
I like
could
that.
be true. Yeah, well, in that case, how different are we from the turtle?
Well, you have
That's
a
my
swim
new question.
speed. Wait, they also have a swim speed.
Maybe
Oh,
it should be a
maybe-
variant turtle.
Maybe since it's since dragon turtles don't really have different colors, it just remove the draconic ancestry for something.
Yeah, the problem is like that's the whole Dragonborn. Is that? I don't know if we can really do the show because that like just is the turtle.
So in that case, the
I guess the
draconic,
turtle can't swim.
Well, the turtle has claws and hold breath.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it also has that breath weapon for steam.
Well, the turtle doesn't, but the dragon turtle does. Dragon.
Yeah.
The turtle also has proficiency in the survival
playing
skill.
turtles wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I guess
Here's where we're different from the turtle.
Mhm.
The turtle gets +1 wisdom. The dragonborn gets +1 charisma. We did it, boys.
We did it. This is our
There
dragon
we go.
turtle.
They both have +2 strength, but that's fine.
Yeah, so it's weird. Maybe the dragon turtle is actually a variant turtle.
Okay.
And we'll call it the dragon turtle.
Yes.
The turtle loses. What does it lose? What feature is it going to give up? What feature is it? Data, stop it.
Well, obviously
My
we have
cat's
to make
sitting
it
here
+1 charisma instead
biting
of
me.
+1 wisdom, first of all.
Yeah, you know what? We make it like the Dragonborn. Exactly, Switch. I'm with you.
Exactly, yeah.
No, I think we can keep its stats. I'm fine with that. I like the +1 wisdom personally. And I mean,
I guess like one of the things see for turtle, I mean, it's probably one of the key things, but would removing shell defense be an issue?
I mean, shell defense is not a super powerful feature anyway. I think what we can do, right, is we can it loses shell defense because I don't think dragon turtles can pull themselves into their shells. They're like snapping turtles. They can't actually do that. So they lose a shell defense feature and they gain. I mean, a swim speed makes sense to me. I don't know why the turtle doesn't have a swim speed anyway.
Because it's a tortoise.
Oh, that makes sense. But they can hold their breath in the water. Okay, so they lose shell defense. And maybe they also lose survival instinct.
Or maybe the survival instinct is what replaces the swim speed.
And gains like a swim speed, and what else?
Deep breath.
Sure, whatever. Just gonna
Which,
jack that space from the
Which I guess
Dragonborn.
would be like based off the gold
Yeah, just-
dragonborn.
Oh, I'm just gonna steal it directly from the Dragonborn. Yeah, we're gonna swipe that right off that. Because that is what you do when you design things.
Now, does the dragon turtle hold its breath, or does it breathe underwater?
Oh, yeah. So it probably loses hold breath too. Oh boy.
Yeah.
So it loses hold breath, shell defense, and survival instincts, and it gains swimmer and dragon breath. There we go. So let's say swimmer, or I'm sorry, and steam breath. Swimmer, you have a swim speed of, I don't know, 30 feet sounds right to me. And can breathe underwater. Actually, we'll just call that aquatic. That's a way better name for that feature, huh?
Yeah, aquatic.
And then steam breath, you can use your action to exhale destructive energy or destructive steam. Or actually, we'll just say hot vapor, right? Because that way it works in everywhere. When you use your breath weapon, each creature must make a dexterity saving throw. What's the save we want to make for that? What's the dragon turtle's save? Is it con?
It is
Yeah.
Constitution. Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna make a Constitution saving throw. Equals your Constitution modifier plus proficiency bonus plus 8. Yep. Creatures 2 to 6 damage on a failed save, and actually we'll just say fire damage. And half as much damage on a successful one. And I think I want to add a note to this, right? This damage is not reduced for a creature completely submerged in water.
Yes.
We're changing the rules, boys. And after you use the breath weapon, you can't do it until you have short rest. There we go. We've got our dragon turtle. It's not a dragonborn, but I think it's still pretty vapor turtle. Yeah, Lance, vapor turtle. I like it, boys. We're doing some good stuff.
Oh my god! I just imagine someone's gonna make another Bobbert character as a dragon.
Mm-hmm. I saw Hypnotic Gamer, your comment in the chat, shell scales. I just don't think we need to put any armor class in the sky. Armor class is a really tough one to put on a race. Plus, the turtle already has their shell ability. They already have natural armor from their shell, which is pretty good. This is actually a really good race that we just made. Anyway, that's okay though. What now, guys? Do we want to give away more presents? Is it in present time? Presents?
Yeah.
I think it's presents time. Who else is hanging out right now who hasn't gotten a present yet?
Has Lance got his?
Blood, you've been so patient this whole time. Would you like some presents, my friend?
I'm most looking forward to suggesting a kobold variant. Honestly.
Would you want to do the kobold variant next then?
Yes,
Are you
please.
feeling it? Excellent. Then we're gonna do your gift later. Lance, we're gonna do your gift right now. You're here, correct? Oh yes. You get the waning crescent rolls. This basket of delicious crescent rolls are shaped in one of the moon's tastiest phases. Eating one causes you to glow softly with moonlight for 1 minute, providing 5 feet of dim light. The basket refills each waning crescent moon. And this was conjured forth by This was lovingly baked by Bartholomew, i.e., Pete.
Beautiful, delicious, and nutritious.
Exactly. Yum yum yum.
You can even taste the magic in it.
Yep. Excellent. Blood, you were saying we're going to do this kobold. What are we doing with this kobold boy? What kind of kobold is this? What makes this kobold different from the other kobold?
I'm going to say this idea, and it's going to sound crazy, and most people are going to think to themselves, well, why not just play a Dragonborn then? It's a special variety of kobold that were like bred and raised to be warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Apex and I have talk about these things a lot, and I think it's time for them to be in D&D time.
Are you talking
Okay.
about a swobold?
Well, we
I
call
don't
them
necessarily that. Go ahead.
storm bolts.
Storm bolts. Okay. All right.
They
all right.
are hopefully medium creatures, and instead of being reliant
Medium?
upon sneaking tactics, and yes, like lower verge of medium in the same way that a dwarf is a medium creature. Instead of
Okay.
relying on sneaking tactics, they're more direct, muscly kobolds. Yes, like a swobold, but not literally just a swobold.
Okay. So size changes from small to medium. And then they're going to lose. What abilities does kobold lose to gain what they gain? So what does the normal kobold have? The normal kobold has +2 dex, -2 strength. They have dark vision. They've got grovel, cower, and beg. They got pack tactics, and they got sunlight. So I think they lose grovel, cower, and beg because these aren't groveling.
Yeah,
That sound about right to you?
that sounds right to me.
And the gain probably they probably also have ability score changes because their strength can't be a -2.
Yeah. Hopefully not, at least.
Yeah. So we'll say that the strength score increases from -2 to, I don't know, +1 or just +2. I mean, how strong are these kobolds? Is that like the core thing? Is that these are +2 swole kobolds, or?
I think that just bumping it up to +1 is sufficient.
Okay. Well, we're going from -2, so that's a huge improvement.
Yeah.
So they have more strength now. They got higher dex, and we've taken grovel, cower, and beg, and that was a very powerful feature for them. Now, normally they would have pack tactics and sunlight sensitivity. I think we want to keep those because they're kind of hallmarks of the kobold
I agree.
in general. What other cool ability do we give this kobold, or is this it? I mean, it feels like we can probably give them something more than just that. Weapon training.
Yeah, weapon training would actually be a pretty good idea. Either weapon or armor training.
Mm-hmm. And another thing that I'm looking at is I'm looking at the kobold dragon shield, right, which is a stronger warrior kobold in the monster manual.
Using that for inspiration would be perfect.
Yeah, right. And they get a cool feature called Heart of the Dragon, which I'm just going to put in here because that might be something we can pull something from. If the kobold is frightened or paralyzed by an effect that allows a saving throw, it can repeat the save at the start of its turn to end the effect on itself, and all kobolds within 30 feet of it. That's very strong. And any kobold that benefits from this trait, including the dragon shield, has advantage on its next attack roll. I think what we can... Go ahead.
Well, I imagine we may have actually been thinking the same thing this time. That we changed the and all kobolds within 30 feet of it to 3 allies within 30 feet of it.
So it's just basically has this aura of that might be a little too much. I actually kind of like if we keep it to the kobolds.
I'm sorry. What?
Pardon?
He wants it to be in an aura?
It's basically an aura, 30-foot aura switch.
He wants to be a paladin at 10th
Switch.
level?
No,
What?
Wait, what are you telling me you're going to make a kobold paladin switch? Is that what I'm hearing?
Because that looks like a 10th level paladin ability.
You're right.
It looks like it is, but it's only related to all kobolds.
No, it's basically what this effect says. Is if you have a saving throw that would paralyze or frighten you and you'd save at the end of your turn, you roll the save at the beginning. That's all.
And it could also end the effect with all other kobolds. That's a problem.
I mean, it's not a problem for the kobolds.
It is a problem because of
it's
power.
powerful. It's powerful. You're right. But this is an interesting kind of powerful because it's powerful in a way that doesn't make the kobold better. it makes everyone else better. You know what I mean?
Yes, everyone else that's a kobold.
Yeah, that's true. I think. How would you feel, Blood? And I think the solution here is that they just have that. They roll the saves at the beginning of their turn instead of the end of their turn. They still have the perseverance, right? The heart of the dragon.
That's
But-
still very powerful.
Yeah, it's just not quite as all encompassing as it was on the monster, and that's because the monster is going to live for about 7 seconds before they die, or actually, they got a lot of hit points, so they're going to live for probably about half an hour of combat, and then they're going to be dead forever, because that's how monsters are designed. That's why monsters have recharges on their abilities instead of once per long rest.
Unless the monster's going against a bugbear assassin.
Well, what? Anyway, what do you
I
think,
have
Blood?
a
Does
very-
this... I was gonna say, Blood. Do you think this like fulfills what you were looking for on the Stormbold?
It does, but Madison wanted to add something in. She's not able to join in the voice call right now, but
All good.
she was like really hoping to actually include that long sword, short sword weapon training on here as well.
I'm
strong is
I'm
weapon
fine with that as a ribbon. Longsword and short sword.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna be playing right a class that's gonna use those proficiencies, odds
You're gonna
are you're
have
gonna
them.
get them anyway, right? And what do we want to call this weapon training, right? Is this like, this isn't kobold weapon training? This is something different.
That's a good question. I'm asking her that right now.
I'll just call it Stormbold weapon training for now, as that's what you wanted to call them. Anywho, that seems to make sense to me. And then
I just double checked. Rogues get both longsword and short sword. So yeah,
Yeah.
this is totally
well,
a
rogues get
ribbon.
a rapier, which is even better than
Yeah.
those. So like, if it's not the long bow, it's not a problem. Longbow is the one that's really strong.
But then you
So-
play an elf.
All right, so let's just steal this. You have proficiency in. I'm stealing this directly from the dwarf, and then we will never give it back to the dwarf. With the short sword and long sword. Is that it? Just the short sword and long sword? Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. There we go. We got our little Stormbolt. We've got a variant. Oh, this is a lot. We're at 8 of these right now. We have a variant Dragonborn with wings. We have a variant Triton that's a squid person. We've got a variant Warforged who's a dollbound. We have the variant Half Elves, Shadarkai, and Eladrin. We've got the variant Florin Tuber form. We have the variant Tortle Dragon Tortle. And we have the variant Kobold Stormbold. This is going pretty well, actually. We're just bam, 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 shooting through these. Let's take a minute and give out another present. Who is here who has not received a present? Dandere!
Hello.
Dandere, do you want to hear your present from Bartholomew IEP?
Sure.
Bartholomew has acquired for Ideal a devilishly handsome cravat. This cravat works with any ensemble. While wearing it, magic that detects a creature of a certain type identifies you to be a fiend. This is a great way to get into Hell's finest underground locales. And you've received a devilish cravat. It allows you to pretend, even to magical scrutiny, to be a devil if you so choose. There we go.
All right.
Devil Lord of Fashion. There you go.
The
Yeah.
Devil Lord of Fashion. I mean, Bartholomew is the Demon Lord of Greed. We all know this.
Yes, we all know this. Or at least
Yeah.
Tinny Face and a few others.
No, Ideal is the
oh,
Demon Lord of Fashion.
Yeah, what do we want to touch now? What do we want to go for?
Ogre.
Okay.
I was thinking of another kobold.
Well, Crowley yelled out ogre first, so let's look at how the hell we're gonna make an ogre.
Base it off orc.
Oh, I was gonna say we make it based off Goliath.
That also works.
I'm gonna,
Yeah, I think
I'm gonna
Goliath works
stop
better.
it right here. His
Uh-huh.
stat array is +3 strength. That's it.
You know what?
With powerful build,
agree.
of course.
Plus
I
3
agree.
strength, powerful build, and counts as a large creature. That's what powerful build is, but you know.
So they got powerful build. They got +3 strength. You know what, guys? We're gonna make this whack.
Do regular
+3 strength, -2 intelligence.
That makes a
Stop.
lot of sense.
Stop.
But we give him a cantrip that plays All Star every time he comes into the area.
Yeah, just call it all that
Conjure
goes.
Smash Mouth.
Proficiency in instruments to play Smash Mouth.
Oh, God. Okay, maybe. Wait a minute, guys. We're holding back here.
No, on a kazoo.
But only while in a swamp.
This is
What
his
do we
swamp.
call this feature?
Not to mention animal handling advantage, but only with donkeys.
I think we also need to give him dark vision because he's an ogre, right?
Do ogres?
sort of
That's what I was going to
resistance
ask. Do
should he
ogres
have?
have dark vision?
Yeah, I think they do.
I
pretty
can
sure.
find that right quick.
Should I go to
I'm
ogre
gonna steal
5e?
this.
Our ogres do have dark vision.
Excellent. So
Yep.
we're gonna give him dark vision. And rather than making this a variant, this is gonna just be an ogre. You have a +3 to your strength, dark vision, and
Oh, all
powerful build. Done.
I would like to put forward the
Uh-huh.
Great Club proficiency.
Mhm.
Done.
Yep.
Done.
Yep.
So we're gonna call this ogre instead of ogre weapon training. It's ogre weapon lack of training.
Yeah. Don't forget language is giant.
Oh, that's very true. Yep. Gosh, we got to remember with the club and a great club.
I think the mountain-born feature on the Goliaths fits.
No.
Throw javelin in there as well.
It could fit. Are they proficient with the javelin? They
They
might
are.
be proficient with the javelin.
Yeah, they have
others
javelin
have
on their
javelin.
base stat block.
Okay, we'll give them a javelin then. That's very fair.
I don't think that they deserve mountain born though. +3
I don't think so
strength.
either.
Cool.
Because I
+3
think
strength.
ogre, right, is just as reasonably like a cave ogre as a mountain ogre,
Mhm.
as a like swamp ogre, as Shrek. Okay. What else do we give this ogre? So they have their lack of training, they have powerful build, they have dark vision.
I really think that like we
What
should
sort
keep
of
this as
resistances
simple as
would they
possible.
Oh, well, I mean,
One magic
Or
resistance.
resistance.
I'm reading like some of the things on the ogre's little tech stuff. The gruesome glutton says they can eat almost anything. Maybe they have like resistance to like foodborne diseases.
Trash cans of the land.
So resistance to
You can
diseases?
speak but not read or write, common and giant.
The shade.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, cool.
We got our ogre. I'm gonna regret that later. Sorry, Pete.
Oh, can I throw in a idea after this?
What's the idea?
Half ogre.
No, it's too complicated.
No,
All right, so
we need
half
bucket.
ogre. Half ogre,
We
you get
need bucket.
+2 strength, +2 charisma, and +2 and 2 other stats of your choice.
I'm giving the ogre a -1 intelligence. I'm adding that to it.
Why are you doing this?
Because I'm a
Because
bad man.
they
Why are
have
you doing
legendary
this?
stupidity.
Yeah, they're not. They don't have to be that stupid. What if I want to play a +3 strength wizard ogre?
All right, sure, I'll give it to you.
You can
That
still
was
All
be
right,
a muscle
moving on.
wizard.
We're off the ogre now. Who gets a new fucking present?
Wait, what about the ability to build a small platform on your back for goblins to shoot from?
God damn it. Anyway, let's talk
Wouldn't
about
that
who's
be
getting
more-
new presents.
On the
Let's talk about
goblin.
something else.
Presents time. No, Double Boy, I'm not done. Oh my God, Double Boy, have we given you your present yet? We haven't. I'm so sorry. Let's give you your present right now. I was looking in the Twitch chat. I mean, in the Discord chat, but I'm so sorry, Mr. Blue Boy. Bartholomew has conjured for you a gift of a new paintbrush. This is the paintbrush of colors. This paintbrush drips with endless ink that changes to whatever color the person painting with it is currently thinking of. So congratulations, you now have a new magical paintbrush. That's very
boy.
relevant if you need to improvise bludgeon someone with a paintbrush. Otherwise, it's just a cool magic paintbrush.
Oh man, that sounds a lot like Gob Moss's paintbrush he uses.
Well, that's an actual weapon.
Yeah, true. He also used as a ski snowboard one time.
Now, okay, we're back to the races. What do we want to do for the next race?
I already had
Cassini.
suggested.
Uh-huh.
Cobalt. I already
Well-
suggested Cobalt or variant.
Miss, did you have an option?
Kitsune.
Okay, all right. We'll go back to Cobalt later. I'm trying to hit everyone once. So, Kitsune. All right. How can we do this? I think the Kitsune, right? We can make this a variant tabaxi.
It'll
You
count as
can.
a Fae.
That might be a good idea.
I'm pretty
Right?
sure the
That-
kids.
does that-
Sorry.
No, yeah, I mean, obviously they're going to have Fae, but do we want them to be a variant tabaxi, or do we want to take them a different direction? Is there another race that maybe makes more sense for them?
Variant changeling.
Actually, I think the variant changeling might be the better route because they do have two forms.
Ooh, we could go a shifter.
Yeah, a shifter variant might not be a terrible idea too. I'm not sure the changeling does necessarily what we want to do for this. The shifter would work. Tabaxi could work. So what, Mister? Tell me about the Kitsune. What's the main thing to you that screams right? Kitsune. Like what's their core main thing that's special for them?
All right. Let's see.
You're ready.
We
You're
have.
ready.
Yes, I'm ready because I got the variant sheet up. You guys should have just let me be quiet and not had me talk.
All good.
Possibly ability score and charisma +1. I could care less about the other ability score. Reading. Natural tricksters, very good with magic. Also has the basically tends to think tabaxi only. I want to cause as much chaos as much as possible. Has dark vision up to 60 feet. Sure. Nothing major. And let's see what else.
+1 dex, maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe plus.
Well, they're wily, right? As I think their main kind of vibe we're getting.
They're sly and cunning.
Sly, cunning, wily, all the rest of those things that just go along with it.
They're basically tricksters.
I'm going to not even going to mention the whole entire tail thing because I think that's going to be completely OP. So I'm not even going to even say any. The whole entire, they have different tails that give them different power levels. I'm not even going to suggest that because I think that's going to be OP. In their Fox version, they're able to use their claws.
So they've got forms. They've got two forms.
Yeah, two forms. They got the human form, and they got the Fox form, or the anthropomorphic form, whatever you want to call it. They're able to use their claws in combat. Which I think would be the same thing as a 1d4.
Yeah, it could be whatever we ended up going for here.
And I guess no matter what, have the ability to use dancing lights.
So dancing lights sounds good for them. I like dancing lights. Okay. So let's see. They're natural tricksters. They're good with magic. They're chaotic. They got dark vision. And they've got multiple forms. So I think what we want to do. So they're like, are they small or are they like medium sized, like person?
Medium.
I'm just gonna quickly go back to the ogre. And we're gonna give them medium sized, but they're still really big. All right. So medium sized. I think this is not going to be a variant. I don't think it makes a ton of sense to make the Kitsune a variant. we might just want to just give them their own thing. I was thinking for ability scores, we give them 3+1s, kind of like the Triton. They get dexterity, charisma, and wisdom. So they get like a couple of different options that fall on. Charisma and wisdom are both magic. Dexterity is very fast. That might be cool. I'd even be debated giving them like a fourth, but that might be a little excessive. Natural tricksters, I think we can do dancing lights to help give that. So like that makes a ton of sense just right off the bat. And then you want them to have 2 forms. Maybe we do want to give them a shifter form. Actually, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a ton of sense.
Yeah,
actually.
it makes sense.
Whoever suggested that earlier, I think it might have been you, Lance, or maybe you, Ideal. Whoever. I keep calling you Ideal.
It wasn't.
But you're Dan, right?
It's fine, but I don't think it was me. I was going to say yes. Giving them a shifter form makes a lot of sense.
So the shifters, all of their forms have their own unique combination of ability scores, right? So this works actually really well. Size medium, speed 30 feet. They don't have to be particularly fast. I guess they don't have to mention their size or anything because they're shifter variants. So they lose. What do they lose? Probably nothing. I think they're just, instead of a variant shifter, they're just a shifter subrace. I'm just going to handle it that way. And then they will get their ability scores. They will get natural trickster. You gain. You can cast the dancing lights cantrip at will. That makes sense to me. Are there any other things that would probably get with that would make sense to you, Mister, for natural tricksters?
Maybe
Other than the fact if we can get deception right off the back too.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, that's really smart. So you
I'm
gain
gonna-
the dancing lights cantrip.
I'm gonna throw in a cantrip here.
Sure.
And this could go with the natural trickster kind of thing, but friends.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
Yeah.
So instead of the dancing lights and friends cantrips, charisma spellcasting ability for these spells. And then what else? Oh, and you gain proficiency in deception.
Let's see.
Deceptive. So are they a natural trickster or are they an unnatural trickster?
Oh no, these are naturals.
Okay.
See, I'm trying not to.
That was more of a pun on my part, like they're fake creatures.
I'm trying to see what else we can put into this, but I don't want to bring in what all this one guy made because it sort of makes them like completely kind of broken.
What we can say here, right, is you have these 3 spells you just get. You have proficiency in the deception skill, you just get, and then while shifted, you get your claws. It's a little, it's not that powerful, but it's just a nice little, you get a cool thing while you're shifted. And actually, I like this as like a very different take on the shifter, where we're taking less power off of their shifting form and putting it onto their core class. Personally, how I think it should be anyway. All right, awesome. So, and then shifting feature. While shifted, and I think we can just take this right off the Tabaxi, because the Tabaxi also have cat claws.
If you check at the chat, I posted another idea for.
Where was this?
It was in the
Twitch chat. He put something for scent.
Oh. Scent. They're able to detect approaching enemies, sniff foes, and track the smell. Smell, then detect the scent. The exact location not revealed. Yeah, it's a little too ambiguous, I think, for a core race feature. It's neat, but I think it's a little much. It would need a lot more specificity, kind of like the divine sense feature that paladins get. But I like it conceptually. It's just a little much for what we're trying to do right here. This is already a little much for what we're trying to do right here. But so, Mr. When they shift into their fox form, right? Do they are they small creatures then? Do they actually change size?
No, it's still the same size.
Okay.
Base is more it's basically more anthro than anything.
Gotcha.
Unless I keep to the animal variant, but man, let's just go ahead and I'd rather keep the be able to speak in the fox form. So I'm gonna stay with the anthro than the pure animal variant.
Sure. So you gain claw, natural weapons, claws, which are natural weapons that you can use to make unarmed strikes. If you're with them, you deal slashing damage with 1d4 plus your dexterity modifier, and I'm going to deal with that later. Instead of I'll say strength. And we'll worry about that later. Instead of the bludgeoning damage roll for unarmed strike. And I think that's more or less it. You've got your cool little shifting form. You've got a couple of fun cantrips. You get your deception skill, and you get a pretty wide variety of ability scores. How strong is it? They get a little bit of health, but that's really all they get from the shifter. Right? What do you think, Switch? You're my go-to, does something seem imbalanced kind of guy. What do you think?
You remember your original feelings on the shifter?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, my original feelings with the shifter is some of the shifting features are really busted.
Yeah.
This does not have busted shifting features.
Cool. Then it's good.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Miss Word, does this do you think this settles what you were looking for? Does this fulfill what you're looking for in a kitsune? You can
Works for me.
Lights and friends.
No,
okay.
This works for me. I can make this work.
Okay. Did you like the distribution of the 3+1s in ability scores, or would you prefer?
Oh no, I'm completely fine with that. The only thing I will probably say would be if you wanted to bust up the charisma, but that's kind of broken too. But I
doesn't matter. The +1's just as good as a +2.
Yeah, that's why I was like that. I'm basically saying that's pretty decent for what you have.
Coolio. Awesome. So we've got our shifter sub race for the kitsune. What else?
To say hello.
Hey Max, welcome to the stream.
You caught me off guard with the stream, and
everyone was caught off by the stream. You see, it was in the announcement, but I probably should have made a bigger deal of it. Apologies. I'm glad you could make it.
The stream would be over by now, but apparently it's not. So
yeah, well, that's because I'm spending way too much time. I really should be going probably in the next 15, 20 minutes or so. But that means that we've got 15 or 20 minutes or so of more stuff.
Well, can I see what you guys made? Because I would wish I could make a sub race, but I have no idea.
Max, before we do that though, I have to give you your Solstice gift. Bartholomew, i.e. Pete, has created personalized magic items for everyone who's played recently in DnDTime. So we want to give them to you. So Bartholomew has created for Michael Verity a pocket creature to common dictionary. This dictionary outlines the nuances of the pocket creature languages. If you spend some time studying with the help of a pocket creature, you can add pocket creature to your list of known languages and communicate with any pocket creatures in the future.
Oh, what? I was, jeez, holy shit, that scared me.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, out of nowhere, I get a free present. You know what? I'm happy with this. Tell Pete, if Pete's here, tell him I said thanks too, because I'm sure he had a hand in this.
Unfortunately, not here today. Oh, well, Pete made that. Pete made that just for you.
Yeah, I can't wait. I wish I could tell Pete thank you, but he's not here. But
well, he'll see the stream, don't you worry. He might even be tuning in from down in Florida. He's on a vacation with his family.
Well, that makes sense.
So, what do we want to do now? Yeah, okay, so Max, you wanted to know what races we've done so far.
Yeah, because I don't want to accidentally...
Yeah, we're making off-the-cuff, quick homebrew race variants, and in some cases, sub-races and things, and in one case, a full race option. For whatever the hell we want, they're going to be playable in DnDTime, so yeah, have at them. They're personalized, but they are not exclusive, so anyone can play these options. Our first one was the variant Dragonborn Winged. It's just a Dragonborn that can fly. Then we have the variant Triton Squid People, and they have a cool ink ability and they have tentacles. The variant Warforged Dollbound, which can pretend to be dolls and can +1 to their charisma score. The variant Half-Elf Shadarkai, which can teleport into shadowy form. The variant Half-Elf Eladrin, which can teleport and do some other cool Eladrin stuff that's very complicated because there's a lot of options. There's the variant Florin Tuber, in case you want to be a potato man, and they can grow things and see in the dark and bury themselves a little bit. The variant Tortle, the Dragon Tortle. My cat screaming in the background. Variant Kobold, the Stormbold. The Ogre, the variant, and the subrace for the Shifter, the Kitsune. There we go. There was a lot.
I had a couple ideas, but like, because I was looking at them, because I was looking at races earlier during Friday's stream as well, and like I thought about making a Trigonome subrace, but when I looked further, the Rock Gnome pretty much covers it all.
Yeah, I think the Trigonomes are a people, not necessarily a subrace of gnome. I think you're absolutely right. Rock Gnome really is just, it's perfect for
Rock
your
Gnome
Tinker
really fits them for, because they already come with all the benefits that a Trigonome would be usually known for.
And I just want to quickly give a quick shout out because I see Cold Spark is hanging out in the chat. Hello, Cold Spark. You also received a holiday gift. We mentioned it earlier, but you and all of the SAS Masters have received a SAS Master scarf, which gains you a +1 bonus to charisma skill checks made to SAS people. And if all of the SAS Masters are together, they gain you gain instead advantage on the check. So it's a fun SAS Master emblazoned scarf.
That
I have an
sounds
idea for a
pretty
race.
awesome.
Yeah,
I had an idea.
Oh yeah. Sorry. V-Bunny, you had one a little while ago. Is there anyone who hasn't put a race forward yet?
I haven't put
I
a
haven't
race
put a race
forward.
I haven't either. I haven't put a race forward. Somebody else suggested Tuber, and I just said that sounds good.
That's fair. So V-Bunny, let's hit yours, and then we're gonna hit Dandaray's, and then we're gonna try and hit Michael's real quick. We're gonna try and hit through all these fast. So Michael, you got a little bit of time to think of what you want, and you don't have to put one out. But let's start. V-Bunny, what's your move?
Variant Goblin, Snob Goblin.
Variant Goblin.
Snob Goblin.
Variant Goblin. Snob Goblin. Okay, what is a Snob Goblin? Is it a variant Hobgoblin or a variant Goblin?
It is more of a variant Hobgoblin.
Okay. And what does it be? What's the difference between the Hobgoblin and the Snob Goblin?
Well, the Snob Goblin is fancy.
Okay.
Oh boy.
What does this mean?
Well, let me think. So I want this person to have proficiency in more etiquette, like more like what is it?
Persuasion.
What is persuasion? Yes, persuasion.
Okay. So I think what happens for the variant Snob Goblin is you replace the +1 intelligence with like a +1 charisma. Does that make sense?
Perfect sense.
Yeah. Or maybe they replace one of their plus constitutions. So rather than instead of a +2 con, maybe we give them a +2 and 2 +1s. Because I think they're still smart.
Honestly,
right?
I think that's good. Yeah, they should be smart. Actually, I would see this more as being smart and charismatic rather than constitution.
Okay, so +1 con, +1 int, +1 charisma. I like it.
Is this thing gonna have like an aristocratic feel to him? Yes.
I think that's the vibe, yeah. So I think it loses its martial training. because it doesn't get its martial weapons and light armor. But instead, we're going to give it snob proficiencies. And what is that?
Well, it has to have proficiency in charisma.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's not a proficiency. You're thinking persuasion.
Charisma saving throws.
Sorry. Proficiency in persuasion. Proficiency in persuasion. My bad. I'm sorry. I used the wrong.
No, it's fine. Switch was trying to throw me for a loop right there.
Yeesh.
Vicious Mockery might be a good like overall class skill or a race skill for me.
Yeah, I mean, I can see like one of those like very irresistible insults. How dare you, sir?
The problem is, I think we're pretty close even at that, right? Because we're switching out their ability scores a little bit in a beneficial way for them. We're giving some martial proficiencies, which really aren't usually super impactful, and we're giving them like a very good skill proficiency. I mean, I think we'd be pretty close just to persuasion skill, unless we have like a fun ribbon we can give them. Actually, are there any like tool proficiencies that we could give them?
Some of them with the game sets.
Oh, gaming set, yeah.
A gaming set could be cool. I wonder, is there like a fine dining proficiency? I don't know. What are the tools?
What's the most pretentious proficiency?
Calligrapher's tools are pretty.
Jeweler's tools by far.
Jeweler's tool, that is pretty pretentious.
Pretty pretentious.
Anything dealing with merchants would also work.
Why not let them pick what they're snobby with? Why not just
identify might be a good one.
Because maybe you're a beer snob and it's brewer's tools.
Yeah, a artisan tool of your choice.
Yeah, I love this.
Sort of an aficionado.
Exactly. You know what? We're gonna change this from this is not any one feature called snob anymore. This is now called snob and aficionado. Oh, I spelled aficionado totally wrong. Jesus, no one look.
I don't think anybody knows how to spell that word.
It's with an A, right?
It's with an A.
Yeah, all right. I went stupid, guys.
And a D.
I fixed it, all right?
Then again, it is a goblin.
Stream's behind.
I'm giving you all these gifts, and you're BMing me for he's an aficionator. All right. You have proficiency in one artisan's tool of your choosing. Boom. And then you have snob. I love this a lot, actually, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for putting this one forward. I'm very into this. Do you like where this went?
Absolutely. This is exactly where I wanted this to go.
Oh my goodness. Thank you very much, Freynor, as well, for resubscribing at 22 damn months. Holy moly. Oh my goodness. And yeah, I love this as well. This is very good. Let's hit another race real quick.
I actually just came up with a really interesting idea.
Hold that thought for just a second, Max, because Ideal's been waiting for quite a while on his.
Okay.
Yeah.
Randy can wait just a bit more.
Yeah, you can think about it more.
Do you have yours ready, Dandre?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And this can be like any race, right?
I mean, the idea is it's like a variant idea.
Yeah. Well, one race that I personally would like to see is Phoenix-born.
A Phoenix-born?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I love things coming out in chat here.
Yeah.
Martial training becomes formal etiquette. White glove slap would be another ability. I mean, I think these are awesome things that I would love to see happen with the variant Hobgoblin, but I don't know if we need to give them necessarily features for it right now. Anyway, you say a Phoenix-born. What is a Phoenix-born?
Well, that's just the general name, but like that I came up with.
Do they fly? Are they kind of like
They are bird people, but they do not fly. I'm trying to.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Let me.
Are they part fire as they imply?
They are bird people, but they do not. They are. They're similar to elementals, but they aren't. Birdie.
Oh. Okay, so are they kind of like the fire genasi, like fire elemental people?
Yeah, you can base them off the fire genasi.
I like
They're
that a
fire
lot.
genasi, but they're also birds.
So
Yes.
Phoenix-born. Let's see. What does fire genasi get? They get resistance to fire damage, and they get the ability to like make fire and cast burning hand spell. And wow, they really don't get a ton. That's what they get. Man.
Well, I
That's why we don't
think
see a lot of. That's why we don't see a lot of genasis in DnDTime.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, some of the fire genasi features that already exist should probably apply here, like the fire resistance.
Oh, of course. I was going to say, so, Dandrite, the core feature, right, what is the main thing that makes the Phoenix-born the Phoenix-born? What's the main thing that makes them special? I have an idea off the top of my head, but if you've got one that, like, is maybe more...
Well, I think the most unique thing would be them bursting into flame when they die.
Okay. When they die or when they're knocked unconscious?
Yeah.
Okay. And I think because the fire genasi is kind of like a little underpowered in its own right, personally, I might even just change it up a little bit.
So it's pretty much like, was it Thunderclap? But just fire damage?
Yeah, so are the Phoenix-born like an intelligent race? Sorry.
Yeah,
but...
I'm calling them Phoenix-born, but like it's based off the full arc from 3.5, which weren't a playable race. But...
Yeah, but I'm asking, are they an int-based race or are they like?
Oh, if I had to guess, I think they are. I would not say they are int-based. I would say they're more wisdom-based. If I had to, like, guess off the top of my head from what I remember.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Because there are more, because like they don't like have like any central city. They're wanderers, more part.
Okay. So we're gonna replace their ability score, +1 intelligence, with the +1 wisdom instead, and I think we can give them really like from the flames, right?
Yeah.
And you'd be reduced to,
As a thought, even though Dander, I know you said they shouldn't have the ability to fly, I honestly disagree with that because phoenixes are known for flying around. Even if they had limited flight, I think that would be interesting.
It'd be cool, but it's kind of hard to tie that in. Maybe they lose the dark vision. Maybe that's what we can. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so we
They're
can trade the
glorified
dark
chickens.
vision.
They can fly for 15 seconds.
So if we can lose dark vision feature and gain from the flames and limited flight. You know, we're gonna call this. I will call it limited flight, but I've got some funny ideas for it. So when you'd be from the flames, when you'd be reduced to, or when you are, reduced to 0 hit points, you may immediately cast the Hellish Rebuke spell. Oh yeah, so when a creature would reduce you to 0 hit points, would damage you and reduce you to 0 hit points. You to 0 hit points. You may immediately cast Hellish Rebuke spell targeting that creature. And we'll just say at first level, or Hellish Rebuke is 2d10s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You should probably mention what stat is the spell casting ability for that. For that.
Your spell save DC for the casting of this feature.
Well, you would just say that the this ability is what you use for the spell.
Well, but I think it's not quite like that, right? Because this is a natural ability. So I think it's going to be plus your Constitution modifier. That's what a lot of these natural abilities are, kind of like the Dragonborn.
Well, all right. I mean, I think you would just say Constitution is your
yeah, that'd be a way
spell
to
ability
do
for
it
this spell or whatever.
Yeah, I'm just pulling the text right from Dragonborn right now.
All right.
Boop. Cool. And then limited flight. I kind of like. I think we just say in addition, when you. I think we can just leave it there. Actually, do we need something that like they can heal better? That makes sense to me. Rather than limited flight, I'd rather give them something that gives them like cool healing. Is the problem?
Yeah, I think healing would be better
from 0 HP.
Like some sort of limited healing.
What were we saying, Farku? Also, hello, Farku.
Oh, hey, maybe something that gets you back from 0 HP. You know, sort of the rebirth.
Yeah.
What about like some like consuming fire damage? Just make it where you just drink it up as temporary hit point.
Oh, that's pretty tough.
Well, there's the Phoenix, right? So obviously we got to put in ignores resistance and immunity to fire damage. We got to put in that every time it dies, it reincarnates even stronger than before. It gets flame strike. You know.
We're talking phoenixes, not Saiyans.
Yeah, just some weak racial abilities for phoenixes. No.
Oh yeah, totally switch. You got it right there. Yeah.
For like abilities like flight, you could make it like level barriered. Like you gotta be level 3 to get.
Yeah, I just don't want to make it too much at this point because we're basing this.
It's already too late. It's already gone.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying too much.
Freydor suggested when you are healed from any source, you gain the same amount in temp HP. The same amount, just to make it half.
Just sort of jumping into this conversation.
So
yeah,
when they get healed, they heal for more? Question mark.
So I think we can say. Additionally, when you are at 0, when you regain hit points, and are unconscious, so and are dying.
This is so much.
Any dice roll to determine the hit points you regain as having the maximum value.
That's so much.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, but
right there.
But there's other like abilities that will allow you to do that too.
There are a ton of them. Yeah, exactly. Grave Cleric does that as like a main feature, or as a minor feature.
Yeah.
There's an invocation that does it. Well, you know what? I got an idea. All right.
You know what's gonna happen? Someone's gonna cast life transfer on the dude. They're gonna take an amount of necrotic damage and say, "Oh, well, you heal for full."
Yeah.
No.
I will say no.
Doesn't that how that work? Is like, would that maximize the necrotic?
Yeah, it would.
No.
Okay. Additionally, when you regain hit points and are dying, you may immediately expend one. You may expend and roll 1 hit die and regain that number.
Okay, so now I'm gonna just go attack the guy, get killed, come back, get killed, come back, get killed, come back, get killed, come back.
It's likely that ability will only work once.
Yeah.
Like
you need to be able to regain hit points though first, so that's like it's not. You're gonna.
Yeah.
It's not like you're going down and then.
Well, whenever I go back down, I could also cast Hellish Rebuke.
Nah, because I said they can't be used again until the next dawn, so we're all set.
This seems overly complicated,
like
and it should just be the half-orc ability of going down to 1 and get a Hellish Rebuke at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much.
But then am I stealing too much from the half-orc? Like, that's kind of their signature deal.
Thank you, chat.
Yeah,
the real
people like
Humbleon,
it.
is this the guy responsible for D&D Wiki being unusable? This homebrew is already a shit show.
Hey, the real humble one. Yeah, of course, the shit show. We're doing these in like 30 seconds, like off the top.
I
Yeah.
would look at the Celestial Warlock for inspiration.
Yeah, well, at this point, we're blowing through a lot of time, and I'm very, very short. So, yeah, we're just
we'll
gonna
probably
we're just gonna
iron these
do
out,
the
like,
half-orc
later in
feature
the
in
new year.
addition to the hellish rebuke, and call it a done day here. All right.
Flying.
I have very little time left because I have to run. I've
Aw.
got a thing later this evening.
Oh
Gonna just-
man.
yeah, I'm very short. I'm only 3.9. 3.9. I'm not that small. Oh my goodness.
We'll continue this again at a
I had-
later date.
Well, just a moment, guys. We have a couple things left to do.
Oh
First,
man, I had an
Fox
idea. Damn it.
We're gonna get to you in just a second, Max. I have to give Fox Sakes his Christmas present. Farku, you receive a Christmas present from Bartholomew, i.e. Pete. And that is the hammer that smashed the hells. This relic of a Fox Sakes from a heavily distorted timeline. This relic of a Fox Sakes is from a heavily distorted timeline. When combined with the sword that cuts the heavens, this magic maul allows its foe of the gods feature to also affect devils when in this weapon's form. It's a dumb,
Holy
common magic
shit.
item for Fox Sakes from Bartholomew, i.e. Pete.
Merry Winter Solstice, man.
Merry Solstice! Yeah!
Madison and I also hear what we got.
Oh, yeah, of course, Blood. Did I give you guys already? No, I didn't. Blood, you received Tarask Bones. These Tarask Bones were taken from a legendary monster, are a bonesmith's dream. You can use them to permanently create a magical weapon or set of medium or heavy armor other than plate. And that was your gift for Bartholomew. And then
Beautiful.
Hiyori receives a stuffed kobold. This stuffed kobold doll is exceptionally cute. It grows warm when there's a kobold in danger nearby.
That's actually funny. I like that.
And those are your gifts from Bartholomew. I hope you two very much enjoy them. And then, is there anyone else that's currently here? I don't believe so. I think everyone's received their presents.
What about? Oh yeah, Cold Spark was SAS Master's
Yes,
star.
Cold Spark received one of the SAS Master things. The real humble one, you haven't played with this yet, so we don't have a Christmas present for you. A solstice present. Sorry, my dude. All right. Last but not least, Max. Let's oh, I'm sorry. Cold Spark doesn't know what it does. Cold Spark. Your solstice present is a SAS Master's scarf. It is a scarf emblazoned with the word SAS in several places. While attuned to the item, you get a +1 bonus to charisma skill checks made to SAS an enemy. And if all 4 of the SAS Master scarves are together, this +1 becomes advantage instead.
Did Green or Gray get one?
Hey, the real humble one, just calm down a little bit, buddy. I know you're just messing around. No waffling here.
Did Green or Gray get one?
Is the Green or Gray here right now?
He's in chat.
Greener, you're in the chat. I didn't see you.
I see him on the users. So.
Well, there are more for everyone, and I will post the full list, on the Discord. So we will get back to those shortly.
Anyway, my idea for okay, so my idea is a variant on the bugbear.
Okay.
So you know how bugbears are usually like big and tall and are super strong, but they usually are stealthy anyway.
Yeah.
I want to flip that over its head, and like for the first part, I don't know what to call it, but like basically instead of strength +2 and wisdom +1, it gets dex +2 and int +1.
If it's going to be a flipped bugbear, of course you call it a bear bug.
Smug bear.
No, I wouldn't. No, it's not. Wouldn't call it a smug bear, but like, it's more like instead of them, like it's like more stealthy, but basically they lose their They're slightly smaller, but they're still like medium sized, and they lose the powerful build feature, and
Get something more lanky.
Yeah, they're
Or
basically
lanky and lean. I mean,
yeah, they're more lean. Yeah, they're more lean instead of like being super bulky, which lets them do more deceptive tactics rather than just brute force.
So they're like dumps.
So what I was like I said before, the first thing I was thinking was instead it was +2 to Dex and +1 to wisdom. Not wisdom, intelligence, because they and
Okay, just say it.
just a second.
What's the goal you're going for, Max?
My goal here is to make a more Dex-oriented bugbear, perfect for like more like an assassination thing. Like instead of them being a savage, they have slightly more intelligence and are more creative with their tactics.
Hmm.
The standard bugbear.
You know, bugbears are actually pretty good at being rude, but like sort of the balance of their race is that their stats are actually good.
wait, would that be like a Grand Cool from the Forgotten Realms?
I don't know what
Yeah,
that is.
I'm trying to think because like what you're describing, at least to me, kind of comes across like the hobgoblin, right? They have a higher intelligence and they're pretty tactical in that regard.
No, I think he's going more stealthy, like a more rogue-esque bugbear with the long limbs and the sneak feature, able to make that.
I'm reading this from the Forgotten Realm drinking. Grand Cool was a bugbear DT of huntings, etc. He appeared as a rather lean but tall bugbear with large protruding eyes and very long, thin fingers.
Well, that's a specific NPC. That's not a monster. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, Max. Like, is the only real difference the ability scores? Is that kind of what you're thinking of? Just a different statted bugbear kind of deal?
No, I'm thinking of removing another feature to enhance another. So
okay.
So because they lose their strength score, I would say they lose their powerful build, but
okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
but game proficiency.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I would say they gain proficiency in deception, maybe.
And stealth. I would say deception and stealth.
In addition to stealth, they gain proficiency in deception.
Well, if they're like smaller, wouldn't they like lose their long and powerful arms?
But they would still have the long limbs, and they would still have the surprise attack feature.
Sure. What do we want to call this, Max? What do you want to call this boy?
I would maybe the shadow bugbear because because it operates more stealthily than the normal bugbear and more tactile.
Okay, cool. So they lose powerful build,
but they gain.
I'm gonna call this infiltrator. That's that feature, and we'll just say what it is. You gain proficiency
in deception.
In the deception skill. All right, and then you were saying like,
and then
replace
I said
that strength with something else.
So Dex +2 and intelligence +1. Does that make sense? Or
no, I understand you. Yeah, that's fine. Replace ability scores. Not concerned. Dex +2, intelligence +1. So is that really just all we're really going for? I mean, they're just a little bit more sneaky, a little bit more deceptive.
How about is there like this?
I mean, I'm looking conceptually, right?
Conceptually, like, I'm thinking, okay, so I had another thought, like what if they have an ability, like because they have more dex and they're more acrobatic in nature, would there be a way to have them like have reduced fall damage or something? Like as long as they fall within like a certain.
That's just a little too complicated, I think.
Yeah, that's true. But
you could have like you get 5 extra feet of movement or something.
But I think the infiltrator is real. I think this is really good though.
Yeah,
really.
That's fine. Sure. I'm cool
Yeah.
with that. I like
Yeah.
the idea. They're just a little bit smarter, a little bit more sneaky. I think
Yeah.
I
Yeah, that's
run the
pretty much
bear.
it.
Are there any more gifts that we need to give out for evening? So let's go over all the stuff that we made today. Holy moly, there's a ton of stuff here. A ton of just quick 10-minute race options. We got the Winged Dragonborn variant. We have a Squid People Triton variant. We have the Dollbound variant for the Warforged. We have the Shadarkai and Aladdin variant for Half Elf, based on the Skag Half Elves. We have the Tuber variant for the Florin. We have the Dragon Tortle variant for the Tortle. We have the Stormbold variant for the Kobold. We have an Ogre, just straight up an Ogre. We have the Kitsune subrace for the Shifter. We have the Snob Goblin variant for the Hobgoblin. We have the Fire Genasi variant, Phoenix Born. And we have the Shadow Bugbear variant of Bugbear.
Oh, I have a gift for you, Jeremy.
You have a gift from me, Farku?
Yeah, I love you, man.
Oh, thank you.
That's
I love all you guys too. Really, I mean, it's getting a bit late, and I absolutely have to leave. But I will say, I really love you guys. It's been a really good year. It's been a lot of fun.
Mhm.
I mean, overall, I think this has been the most successful year of D&D time we've had so far. In regards to all these race options we've made today, eventually I'm going to go through and, well, not eventually, in the next day or so, I'm going to go through all of these and try and put them in a somewhat pretty looking document. It's not going to be as beautiful as some of the other homebrew we've made in the past, but it'll all be available for you guys to play in D&D time. Pete may have a few little tweaks here and there, and maybe a few things get changed, but for the most part, we're trying to keep these as they are. There are a bunch more gifts for the rest of the regulars here in the D&D time crew. We're going to be posting everything in on the Discord server for you guys to check out. And yeah, thank you all for just being part of D&D time. It's been a great year. Your positivity is great. It really, it's great, you guys. I really genuinely appreciate it a lot. It makes me feel really good, makes Pete feel really good, and you know, we feel appreciated. And
You're really nice. Thanks for streaming for us.
Thank you for being on the stream, Farku.
I woke up in the morning just so it could come on. It started at 6 a.m. I'm sad I didn't get to be here.
You're on the other side of the universe.
Yeah, the other side of the universe.
Yeah, that's what I said. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Thank you, everyone who's in the voice chat here, in the Twitch chat. We love you guys. We appreciate your support. And we'll see you next week, actually, because this is the last episode for me of D&D Time of the Year. But Pete's going to be running his Solstice special next Friday. That's Friday the 20th. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Actually, don't we have a game with Maddie Moore?
Yeah, I was going to say, we also have a special game this Wednesday and Thursday over at twitch.tv/MattyMorgs. He's another D&D streamer, a good friend of the channel. And yeah, he's running a 2-shot little Solstice holiday adventure. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm playing in it. Farku is playing in it. Cold Spark in the chat is playing with it. And Pete will be playing in as well. It's going to be very exciting. So check those out Wednesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/MattyMorgs. And check us out next Friday for our D&D Time finale of the year. Thank you guys for hanging out and for helping me build these crazy, crazy options here. We love you guys and thank you very much. Good night.
All right,